Well. This is episode 6 now, ladies and gentlemen. This time of the Lyndon B. Johnson presidency. As you can see, since we already won the 64 elections, but we still have yet to have the Hail the Chief event in order to get him in. So, I would say, let's not be Debbie Downers and head on to the issue. Oh yeah, the namesake ugly American, yeah, that's an award I got. I don't know why, but it just sounds so cool. Okay, let's see here. Let's see, toggle weapon shipment. Let's see. Establish bases. Ooh, supply napalm. Oh wait, nah, should I really even supply napalm? Because I just feel like that's just gonna do more harm than good. Offer administrative support. But I'm still not gonna pull out of Africa. I'm not doing that. Because that is not my cup of tea. Align Novosibirsk with the OFN. Yep, that's what we're going for, ladies and gentlemen. OFN unity is high, and let's just say things are going swell. New foreign policy decisions? Oh yeah, military austerity, because, let's see here. Classification, top secret. CIA agency, director of intelligence. Status report on the Indonesian crisis. Sweeping chaos following recent introduction of martial law, along with nationalization of major Japanese corporate assets, brought a spike of unpopularity to the Sukarno regime, with dissent rising among government's own ranks in response to heavy-handed shift of policy. Among them is one remaining political figure who remains respected by Indonesian populace, Vice President Muhammad Hatta. According to intel on ground, Hatta expressed great opposition to the recent policies implemented by Sukarno, as well as being noted to have grown far more distant with his revolutionary friend than he had before. Due to his unblemished standing among the public eye, we believe he may have finally found the rallying figure to kickstart the rebellion in action. The agency advises to attempt reaching out to Vice President Hatta directly if possible, but more likely by approaching him through either rebel groups in Sumatra or Sulawesi. Through his public standing, he will become figurehead of a self-sustaining movement capable of opposing Sukarno proper. And by that, we'll make it happen. An ugly reminder. I'll do whatever the blip I want, he spat. Then the feds are going to clean it up. Don't forget that. He felt the man spit on him. He lay still until the man stumbled away right into the night. Man, that is deep, I gotta say. Commit more troops. Woohoo! Inauguration day, my boy. Lyndon Johnson, the trustworthy face of the Democratic Party, took the oath this morning at the Capitol, formally inaugurated as the President of the United States. To thunderous applause from the thousands gathered on the mall. Stepped to the podium, President Johnson faced the television camera and spoke to the nation. My fellow countrymen, the oath I have taken before God is not mine alone, but ours together. We are one nation and one people. Our future as a people rests not on individuals, but on all citizens working together to a greater cause. Our nation's journey toward great society shall continue on, always trying and always gaining in cause to build a greater America for those who will come after us, so they will not have to suffer the same injustices that plague so many Americans today. In a land of bountiful wealth, people go hungry. In a land of peerless scholars, children are unable to read and write. In a land of healing miracles, neighbors suffer and die. This should not be so. Before this generation of Americans is finished, our enemies of poverty, injustice, of equality will not just retreat but be conquered. When any citizen denies his fellow saying, his color is not mine, in that moment he betrays America. The Great Society insists upon liberty of all Americans to pursue happiness, no matter their color. Each of us must find a way to advance purpose of this great society, and it is in this that our course is abundantly clear. The president stepped down from the podium smiling and waving to cheering masses as he made his way to the statuary hall to enjoy the traditional Congress luncheon. There would be enough time for widespread national change after he'd eaten. Hail to the chief, baby. We salute President Johnson. Gets event, a message from McCormick to his successor. A red-shirted president. Not bad for a lighted red guy. Ah, yes. Tough guy Lyndon Johnson. Ugly consequences. When he returned with the GIs, all he found were scattered papers and his emptied wallet. Breaking ground on the building of a great society. Oh man, this is gonna be good. The Johnson Presidency. Chaos on the Horn of Africa. One fire fights one fire. One nail fights one nail. A message from McCormick to his successor. Wow. I remember you when you entered Congress as a freshman representative with your devotion to committee work and political encouragement. Yada yada, Mr. Rayburn and Mr. Vinson, who took it upon themselves to guide and mentor you. The late President FDR came to know and appreciate your dedication and ability. I have no doubt you will use your abilities for betterment of our nation. You have always been a hard driver devoted to the betterment and welfare of the people. At a time of great disunity, tragedy, and upheaval, this country needs these qualities more than ever. You do not need any further advice from me on these matters. You do not need any further advice from me on these matters. Know, however, that you may have my unending support. I pray to God for your success, and will do what I can for you in the meanwhile. Yours truly, John Lame Duck McCormick. And this actually brings a smile to our face as Johnson. It sparks a small smile away with the president's weary face, and then it faded away. Now that's what I call a big difference. The Johnson Presidency. After more than a year of hard campaigning, LBJ sits in the Oval Office. Bold claims of great society. However, before he can begin his planned cascade of reforms to change the fabric of American society, we need to gain the nation's trust. In his inaugural address, Johnson would bring the entire country to speed up his plans of their future. Oh, goody. Now we get to do great society. Oh, and now we got Labor Democrat Mr. Huberty Humphrey. Ooh. Operation Failure. Ooh, and here's a new one. Promise on foreign resolve. Nah, we're not gonna decrease. Oh, Republican-Democrat coalition will increase by 5%, but our hawkishness will decrease by a small amount. Sic semper tyrannis. Ooh, we can also make a progress on civil rights. Improve our civil rights national spirit within 60 days, or the mission will fail. I see. Ooh, now we can call in Russell and talk it out. So that means we can actually also improve our standing with the Republican Democrats in the Dixiecrats and talk it out with Russell. Nice. That'll be a good idea. I'm loving these ones already. Well, given that their faction health is waning and they're terrific, let's see generally if I can call Russell. Oh, their faction health is already poor by that point. Let's see if we can also... Let's see. Sic semper tyrannis. Make progress on civil rights. I'm not even gonna go into that because I know, So instead of doing the Great Society, every time, every national focus, I might as well divide it up after certain weeks or a month. the people might get I understand that people might get bored with our initiative, but if I divide it up by months, like, or certain weeks, like, if I do one or two a certain amount, then I'll have to wait like a month or two if I want to do them again. Just so the people don't get mad bored, you know? A rising star in Michigan. A Mormon in the White House? I know this is kind of ironic because like the alternate episode where I played as Bennett, there's already a Mormon in the White House, so yeah. The Johnson presidency, the inauguration speech. Strong words from a strong leader, I'll say. Count our pennies. Let's see. Fresh off the press. 20% reduction inflation rate. And we're running a good 6% surplus. Our GDP debt is down. The Stroessner sees power in Paraguay. He might be a blank, but he's our blank. The home front. Scientists flocking to Africa. Quest of knowledge continues. The mistakes of Nixon. The President Nixon administration was, for lack of a better term, disastrous. During his term, the South African War began. Civil rights came to a head. The United States suffered the worst presidential scandal in history. After resignation, his successor, JFK, was killed. If Johnson is to gain trust of the public towards not only himself but the RDC as a whole, he must assure the people that these issues will be resolved. Assurances that the America will win her foreign entanglements, and full equality of races achieved, and that no scandal or corruption will occur under his presidency. Here we go. Now I can. Let's see. Invest in Novizobers. Let's see. Join in the picket line. Labor Democrat support for the RDs will increase. Faction health of the South of the Democrats is poor. Lifeline for revolution. The Unitary Republic of Indonesia opposition forces are strengthened. I don't know what the heck I also just clicked on there, so I'm not even gonna bother what was even there. So yeah. The mistakes of Nixon. The legacy of Kennedy. Kennedy's presidency was tragically cut short. Represented possibly the best of RDs could be. His few short optimistic months were possibly the most important in determining the future of not just the RDC but America as a whole. Just as we admonished the mistakes of Nixon, if the RDC is to survive in the current state, we must also continue the Kennedy legacy. The Northern Progressives will also play a crucial role in advancing our legislative goals. For the good, we're gonna be laying the groundwork. I love it. I'm loving it already. Going forward together. It's time we move forward together. Promise foreign resolve. Our hawkishness is like up to a 79, so I'm not gonna like do anything yet. Oh, we gained a new operative. Talk it out. Grant the Republican Democrats favorable committee assignments. Well, no, all the coalition supports are terrific. Some are durable, waning, strong, and poor. Maybe I could also balance out the strong Labor Democrats with the faction health, so let's grant the South favorable committee assignments. All right, now we're getting somewhere. Moving forwards together. The OFN grows a little more unified. Urban voters will tend more to the Progressive and Democratic Party within the span of 2 weeks. Alal Bahadur Shastari becomes ROI Prime Minister. See this passum para bellum. Oh man, when I get to this one, I'm gonna have to make sure I plan this one craftily and carefully. So that way I don't, like, you know. It's a choice, not an echo. Surprisingly popular despite its conspiratorial tone. Gotta say. Sounds crazy, but okay. Oh man, now the Indonesian Civil War just broke out? Oh wow. Oh my lord, the Civil War just broke out. But let's see how that'll go. Let's see, prioritize. We must strike in Indonesia while the iron is hot. The Indonesian War. We prefer independence with poverty to servitude with plenty. Saku Tore. I do apologize if I butchered the name. But as they say, the Pacific is now alight. Yep, now that means we gotta contend with the Indonesian Civil War. While also, let's see. Prioritize buying resources. We'll turn up the heat. Coordinate with Australian patrols. Slamming the brim. Remember, slow and steady wins the race. Oh, no, it's slamming the brakes. I do apologize. I don't know why to... Okay. Let's see. Against Sukarno tyranny, discontent will decrease. Here we go. Indonesia Burns by Jean Kirkpatrick. The hammer has hit the anvil. Now we're gonna lay the groundwork. Policy analysis researchers, economists, and public administrators have experience running domestic programs will be needed in order to prepare the great reform in American history. We must gather all of them to start hammering out policy alongside various political committees. The ugly request. The young man gestured to him in the doorway with a sigh. The ugly American then followed. Wow, that is deep. Yep. Keep on going. We've done our part, he thought. Now it's up to them. Ugly thoughts. The rain had begun to wipe the grim from his fingers. Oh, no, it's grime, actually. Let's see. Ooh! Now I can actually bomb? Wow, that is crazy. Groundwork for a great society, eh, gentlemen? Rural voters will tend to the Democratic Party more. We shall prioritize buying Indonesian... Let's see. Escalate anti-Japanese rhetoric. Secure congressional support. Ooh, now this one is the big one. I have to choose slightly, though. Oh, boy. The Islamic Republic of Kostanay declared war on the Republic of Pavlodar. Oh boy, this one's gonna be a big one. Our hawkishness is at 79. Oh, we already finished like... Oh wow, I didn't even realize. Hold a responsible White House meeting. Surplus on our spending. Deploy. Oh, here we go. Deploy to Maki Sog. Oh, wow. Withdraw recognition for the NKRI. A military coup in Cambodia? Well, at least it was bloodless. Okay. A junction in the road. Now, this one's going to be a big important one. The Oval Office sat quiet and serene, opposed to its usual state of interruption after interruption. President Johnson was typical. Sat at his desk, reading, signing, and doing duties of a president. However, there was an interruption. Two men forced to wait and hold their proposal. Johnson finished signing his last paper and looked up to Walter Jenkins and Edmund Muskie. Well, Johnson started. You've been sitting there for a good couple of minutes. What do you need? Walter Jenkins shuffled in his seat. We gotta make a choice, Mr. President, he said. If we want to pass some of our reforms, we can make friends with the Republicans, or we can press the Nationalists. Nobody else has the votes to secure a majority with us. The Progressives are notoriously unreliable, as I'm sure you are aware. We're already making friends with the Republicans, aren't we? Asked Johnson. Yes, Muskie began, but they're proving pretty stubborn. If we want their support, we'll have to make genuine concessions towards them. All right, what exactly do you mean by press the Nationalists? Intimidation, blackmail, that sort of thing. Said Johnson as he scratched his chin. What do you think, Muskie? Personally, I don't think the Nationalists will cave as easily as we think. Republicans are the way to go, I'll say. I'll make the call. Ooh, this is a too big choice. You know what? We'll play nice with the Republicans. Yep, we decided to make the call. Introduce the concept. We now must start introducing the idea of our Great Society Bill to the public. We must explain to them our ideal goal is reforming our country to make it fair for all Americans. We must show them we ideally want to make every American wealthier, happier, and more freer in their lives. Introduction will start in major universities, then major cities, then massive venues, to make people excited for our Great Society Bill. The people must feel excited in order for public support to rise. We will slightly increase minimal investment in social funding and maximum investment in our social funding. Okay, I see. So I see where this is going. Coordinate with Australian patrols. Okay. Offer air equipment, shipping equipment. We'll bomb them. Well, you know, maybe I'll just supply napalm for just one thing. Lansdale Psychological War. Help form the Haitian Special Service. Speeches across the nation for a better America. Democracy returns in Italy. Democracy shines in the Mediterranean once again more. And we'll do it for a better America. Urban voters will support the Democratic Party for 4 weeks with an immediate change in partisanship. Well, it looks like as if we'll be on our own, boys. We have a majority Congress, and we'll use it. The party needs to be whipped up. We can promise some of our moderate members to support the bill as long as we get some compromise pork billing in place. It'll more likely lose us some votes in the South if we get the Great Society bill to pass. But that's what it will take if it means true reform. The good news, as well, is that the MPP will not be able to stop this bill as long as our party remains united in the face of obstruction. The downside, MPP can pick up more conservative members of the electorate after we secure our congressional majority to pass this bill. We'll do reform task. I'll do that one. We must study entirely of American society in detail. Look through every single aspect from education, poverty, infrastructure, and all the other stuff. Wow, LBJ really be going deep with this. And that is something. Alright, loans of a task force. No, maybe I'll delay it a little bit more and do the 1965 military policy outlook. With the dawn of a new year as we enter the second half of this decade, it's important that we continue to assess our military capabilities. Okay, I can see that. But the thing is, America abroad. Another polemic in a forest full of them, paid for by the John Birch Society in Indianapolis, Indiana. Oh man, this one is really tricky. If we make a deal with the progressives, the downside is that our own electorate might defect to the MPP. R.M. Boru takes the presidency. How sustainable will anti-Peronism prove? The downfall with the compromising with the progressives in the MPP is that our portion of our own electorate might defect to the MPP because many of our more moderate members will see this as an affront to stable American values. You know, I think maybe being on our own is technically the less of the two evils. President Johnson convened 14 different presidential task forces to prove sound policy advice in his fight against inequity. These task forces are secret to prevent political process from derailing our agenda and compromise of policy experts and academics. You know what? I'm gonna risk it. We'll be on our own for this one. But let me wait for some days to pass, like half a day, so like I could get like some more time to not waste. The Military Council. I want to see how they're doing. Oh man. Okay, so, let's just say that the escalation. Central Siberian Federation draws closer to America. Will they spend dollars in Novosibirsk? That's the bigger question. Hungary sides with Italy. Ooh, Italy makes a decisive move. Expand investment programs. Okay, 87% stability in the Central African Republic. Nice. Yep, we're gonna be on our own. We're gonna have to play nice with the Republicans on our side. Responsible Republican coalition support will increase by 10. We'll have 3% stability and 100 political power. Urban voters will be more liberal on issues of domestic policy. Yeah, we're gonna risk it anyway. Ugly scenes. The ugly American held it as long as he could before vomiting over his bulletproof vest. Oh wow, that's gotta be tragic. Oh boy. The Imperial State of Iran. It's funny that Italy now, that Bella Imreti, Hungary sides with the liberal Ciano of Italy. No wait, no, that's under Umberto II di Savoia. Okay. Alright, let's see. Expand our mission in East Africa. Yep, we're definitely on our own for this one. For the good of America. We corralled everyone we can to work with us. Republicans, Democrats, even the opposition and the MPP. The war of choices. And let's go to a commercial. Oh wow. Although some progressives may be, how you say, persuaded in passing of bills. Oh wow, Spear, you really wanted to declare war on Poland. I can't believe you. Oh well, at least a free Poland will still be there. CIA begins training of new operatives. Since not much is happening within the Central African Republic, the only thing I have to worry about is with the Haitian Civil War and this. Let's see. Withdraw shall we? I'm not sure if I want to withdraw recognition, but I know with the free government. Yep. Bomb the PPLN in Nord-Est. I gotta make sure that Grand Ost doesn't fall. Now we head on to the great... Now we head on to the Great Society. My fellow Americans. As your president, I want to announce the beginning of a new era. The past 30 years, yada yada yada. And now we say our Great Society. The American despair will be replaced with American malaise. Unlocks the Great Society decisions. It'll be based around the 5 pillars: civil rights, welfare, healthcare, schooling, and the environment. As we build up each pillar, our policies will grow more and more accepted, and poverty will begin to fall. Ooh, now we're heading somewhere. Now we're heading somewhere with the Great Society. Society now, boys. Civil rights, poverty, welfare, healthcare, and the idea of teach them well on education. Ooh, this is gonna be a good one. Oh man, this is gonna be crazy. A great success? Smoothing the wrinkles. A PR win. It was still a win. That's all I can say. Grime and Barrett. Ooh, we can send one more unit to the Free Government of Republic of Indonesia. An uncomfortable silence filled the Situation Room. So they would continue then. More of our boys will die in Indonesian jungles. America will have to endure. All eyes are on the president. An anxious anticipation of what the decision would be. The words are spoken would leave no doubt of their resolve. We must win this war. There is no turning back. And ye shall know the truth. Wait a minute. Oh no! That means now we're gonna have to contend with Colombia now? Oh man. This is crazy. Oh, Jesus. Increase... oh, Lord. Aw, man, now I have to contend with Colombia, Haiti, and Indonesia? Oh my god, this is crazy. Train PRIM officers in Australia. Magadan unifies the Russian Far East. A strange development indeed. Warnings unheeded. The Barranquilla takes over in Colombia. The Reich shows its hand. No need for American coffins in Indonesia. Let's see, cap. Let's see. Contribute to the Iberian ASS or help strike at Iberian terrorism. Well, I guess we can help Iberia stabilize by helping to strike at the terrorists, because Iberia could be a good... Ooh, congratulations of Italy's first election, another actor upon the world stage. Victory of a Democrazia Christian Front. Here's to democracy and peace. Ooh, and we got Mr. Aldo Moro. Oh, wait, now we have to contend with the West Africa situation? Aw, man, I can never catch a break, can I? Nope, I can't really catch a break. Ooh, the Siberian National Republic. That's big. That's a big boy right there. Oh, boy. Okay. Now this is the moment we've been waiting for. And I feel pretty giddy about this, but I want to go slow and steady on the Great Society. Whew, boy. This is gonna be good. But first, let me see. Look at this. The Great Society. The great nation of the U.S. cannot continue on its present course, not as it is now. Despite our defeat in the Second World War, America is still one of the wealthiest nations on Earth. Perhaps even the wealthiest. Our citizens need not go hungry, tired, or sick, and yet they do. In every state, in every city, of every town, Americans feel the grip of a pervasive depression, spirits beaten as freshly as their bodies, but we can fix this. Our New Deal can be expanded, but even further. We only need to make it happen. Our impact on the civil rights, welfare, health care, education, and environment, they're all very darn weak. Let's see. Voters will 10 more, let's see. Secure additional school funding, education grants for soldiers. We can reduce support for the MPP. Oh, unified... Is the rebirth of the USSR in sight, and a new candidate for Russian dominance has appeared? Spot check state programs. Ooh, this one's gonna be a bit harsh. What? Okay, let's see. We'll just try and do like this. End of a line. He could find none. We're gonna have to keep coordinating with Australian patrols. Let's see. Bomb the PPLN. Let's see. Form the here we go. I could form the... Oh, wait. I can't even do that yet. Authorize American air operations. Okay, I can do that. That's good. But, you know, maybe we'll try CIA Operation Forwarded. Good riddance. Thankfully, due to our own counterintelligence, we managed to negate our efforts. Let's do... I want to see which one. Okay. We'll teach them well. We'll start off with this one. And the American malaise has begun. Let's see. Sweet talking the... Okay. Fund the cleanup operation. Establish new national parks. This will help environment. Oh, and see. Oh, encourage, let's see. Spot check on state programs. Secure additional school funding. Well, I'm only going to do those two for now. So Haiti votes for Commonwealth of England joining the OFN. Excellent. Suriname votes. Excellent. Guyana votes. Excellent. Iceland votes. Excellent. New Zealand votes. Excellent. Australia votes. Excellent. The Faroe Islands vote. Excellent. Canada votes. Excellent. That's great. Oh. Well, Harold Wilson, that means time to come on board the OFN gravy train. But I believe this is where I'll stop for now. Despite being in LBJ's shoes, I will have to say that we're going to have to start our great society slowly and carefully. We can't tire the American people out domestically if we keep going it one by one. So I know I'll have to balance that out with American foreign policy, as well as, just trying to make sure that the party RDC is happy. So yeah, but we'll see how that goes for the big boy LBJ. Anyway, hope you great society supporters like, share, and subscribe this video, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Have fun. Oh, and don't forget to be awesome.